I'll tell you a very quick story. When I was 19, I think I had a sales job, and I had to drive down to a sales meeting to try and sell some advertising. I had a really old shitty car. Pull up next to me at the lights. Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock, music blasting. Drop top Aston Martin with a Swedish number plate. Some dude about 30 with a hot blonde next to him. And I remember looking at him thinking, who the fuck's this guy? Like, here I am with my broken car. I can't afford to fix my car. This guy is from fucking Sweden, and he's just driven to England, and he's got music pumping, and he's on his way to have lunch. I want to be like that guy. And I think this every single time. I live in Romania now. Now I drive around Romania in my fucking Lamborghini or my Aston Martin. And I always have a girl with me, and people look at me, and people are giving me the exact same look I gave that guy. I'm standing at the bus stop about to go to work, and this guy's got a $250,000 car and a hot bitch on his way to have lunch with music blaring. And the reason I managed to go full circle is those small events in my life, seeing someone else with more success than me, ingrained in my brain. And to a lot of people, it doesn't ingrain in their brain. I was walking to school. If I was walking to college with my friends, I used to have to walk. I went to a college on the other side of town, so I had to walk 4.6, I think it was. And one day a Ferrari burnt past us. And I remember saying to the group, I was only 18, I said, doesn't it annoy you that this guy has a 300,000 pound car and we'll probably never have one? And they're like, oh, yeah, it's only a car. I'm like, no, you don't understand. There's something happening where people are living lives that other people don't get to live. There's something happening. There's something going on. I want to have a 300,000 pound car. I want it. And no one else wanted it. Ferrari driving past me bothered me. And it bothered me to my core, to the point where I decided I would do anything it takes to have one. This is the reason I have 6 or 7 supercars and other people don't. You need to understand that in this world, there's a whole bunch of people doing amazing shit that you are not doing. And that needs to piss you off. Because if it pisses you off, you become motivated all of a sudden. I was the only one who was pissed off when that Aston Martin was next to me and I had my sales job. I was the only one who was pissed off when I saw that Ferrari drive past. Other people were not annoyed by it. And they're not annoyed by it. They're not driven to beat it. It's perfectly fine for you to look around at your life, look at the house you live in, look at the car you drive, and get pissed off and go, you know what, I want a fucking nicer house, and I want a faster car. There's nothing wrong if you take that anger and you direct it in the correct direction. Right now you're watching it and you look around you and you don't own the home you're in, get pissed off. If there ain't a Ferrari on your drive, get pissed off. You need to sit there and realize, I have a few years of consciousness, and even less than that, I have a few short years as a young man. Because age will damage you. I mean, if you're a millionaire in your 60s, it's not nearly as good as being a millionaire at my age. I became a millionaire at 28. You need to realize you've got a few short years as a young man. You're fucking wasting them. Get angry. Forced, directed anger is an extremely powerful force.
When I was broke, I couldn't sleep. I wanted money like I needed air. I'm not gonna live broke. Get rich or die trying. I understand that completely. I couldn't tolerate it. And I was so uncomfortable that it gave me the motivation I needed to escape. It's very easy to get exactly what you want if you try. What you have is people who try 60%. They try one day, then they miss a day. And then they say, I tried my best, but I still failed. I have always tried my best, which is why I have everything I've ever tried to get. I don't have the things I didn't try to get. If I see a man and he's like, oh, I don't want to work, I don't want to try, I just drink. Well, then I don't like you because you're an idiot. The competition is absolutely and utterly fierce. Understanding that you're a man with a small pistol up against a mighty army. If you want to add a little bit of laziness on top, you're You work 8 hours a day? You work 8? If I'm awake, I'm working. I don't relax, I don't rest, I don't chill, none. That is all I do. And you are at home competing against me, and you want to watch a movie tonight. All I'm trying to say is that the world, especially the masculine world, is one large, endless competition. If you want to win a game, you need to at least play it. You can pretend there's no competition, but then you're not going to win. If you wake up and realize that the car you want, other men want, the house you want, other men want, the job you want, other men want, now I know the competition, let me go try and win. If someone were to say to me, Andrew, how do I get rich? I'd say, well, then you have to understand that all the money you're trying to make, other people are trying to make. So you need to be faster, you need to be more competitive, you need to try harder, you need to wake up earlier, you need to dedicate yourself. And if they say to me, I don't want to do that, I'm going to say, okay, then you're a loser, go lose, here's the next man who wants to win. And then when he wins, people are going to ask him how he did it. And I'm going to say, because he played the game. You can be below average IQ and still get very rich. It's step by step. Do this, and don't be lazy. So stupid's not the problem. So we have people who are lazy, very few are stupid.
But the majority, the main reason most people are broke is because they are arrogant. I became world champion by listening to my coach. I didn't become world champion by walking in and saying, I'll do it myself. You have to listen. If Mike Tyson were to walk in, or if Elon Musk were to walk in here and talk to me about money, I wouldn't be sitting there going, I can do that. Even though I already understand I don't want to launch a car brand or put rockets in space, please, you must know some things I don't know. I sit with people who I used to go to school with from Luton who are still broke and tell them how to make money. And you know what they do? They answer back. Yeah, but it's not that simple because, the wife gets the kid, and you know what, and I don't like to do things that way. The way I like to work, the way you like to work is why you're fucking broke. They'll sit with a multi-millionaire and tell you their view. Oh, I think that know when you're out qualified and accept it and learn. So I'd say 20% of people are lazy. A large portion of the world are not lazy. They're actually working exceptionally hard, but they're doing the wrong thing. So say 25%, 5% is 30%. But 70% of people are brutally arrogant, and this is why they are poor.
Absolutely nobody gives a fuck about you as much as you're going to have to give a fuck about. Nobody cares about you as much as they need to care to fix your life. Even your parents, even your friends, nobody is going to come to your bed, drag you to a job, force you to work hard, and go and buy you a Ferrari. You are never going to have any of the things you want if you do not get them yourself.
I think a man's role on this planet has changed, but from the dawn of human time, a man's role has always been the capability for violence. We conquered. That's what men did. We conquered. To this day, still now, if you look at men, many of them are still trying to conquer the world one way or another. Some men are born with fire inside of them, which cannot be extinguished by TV at night, 9 to 5, sitting around with your wife. I know me as an individual, I could not be satisfied with that. That doesn't mean I look down on the people who are, but my time on the planet, I guarantee, will be more eventful because I refuse to comply with just the average, this is okay, you'll be happy with this, take it. Even since the dawn of time, there's been the normal guy, and then there's been the dude who insists on conquering the world. There's been Napoleon who says, no, I'm taking this and this and this. I don't think happiness as an index is a healthy view for a man to have on life success. If you move it down the scale and you start looking at, am I successful? Am I competent? Am I achieving things? Am I respected? If you start to look at these indicators of your life, you're going to end up being happier. I understood very, very well that $500,000 a month is good, but $1 million a month is better. As soon as you stop pushing forward, as soon as you go stagnant, you're dying. As soon as you stay in one place, you're slowly on the way down. It has to grow at all times. So every business has to work. I didn't think, I have plenty of money now. It was the complete opposite. I wanted to work harder, more hours. Bro, if there was a golden tap that unlimited money and you had buckets and you took one bucket of money, would you just take that bucket or would you run back and get another bucket and run back and run? I couldn't stop. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't get out of my brain because I saw that and this was my chance to escape the matrix. So now when people say, Andrew, why do you have 17 supercars? But because it was a car. These cars used to piss me off. So now I have to have them all. I'm trying to conquer the earth, my friend. So I've never been satisfied. To this day, I'm making more money now than I was making in my cam days. I'm still not happy. But I don't judge my life on happiness. I look at all the other human metrics and say, where am I failing? Am I in good shape? Yeah. Am I rich? Yeah. Do I do whatever I want? Am I free? Then life's fine. I'm happy every day. If you're not distraught, then you're happy. Either we're going to die or someone we love's going to die. Those days are coming. So until those days come, I'm happy. I've labeled myself as happy. I've labeled myself as lucky. I'm labeled these things. I will pass any lie detector test today that I'm the most content, happy man in the world because that's what I've decided. That's what I've labeled myself as. You have to decide what you want in life. I wanted to conquer the world. And if you're going to conquer the world in the modern society we live in, that's going to be a fiscal conquer. You're going to make a bunch of money. How else are you going to conquer the world? You can't hide away from the brutal realities of work. That's actually where these last 2 years have been pure clown world because I've known some people who have made a bunch of money in crypto. And I've said to them, what you've just done is once in a generation and it's completely ruined you. What have you learned? You bought a coin, it went up. Okay, good. You have not learned a single fucking thing about how money is made, about personal development. You didn't even learn how to have a firm handshake and put on a tie. And now the worst thing about it is you think you're too good for work. You got lucky. Now you think you're too good to actually get up and grind. You think you're just going to pull it off again, another lottery win. Guess what's going to happen to you? You're going to fucking broke. Because that's not the reality of the world. That clown world shit is over. If you're sitting at home and you made a bit of money with crypto and you think, don't worry, it's going to go up again soon. You're just praying for some external force. That's not self-accountability. then you might as well just do the lottery numbers.
I have found in my experience that income does not far exceed personal development. Now, sometimes income takes a lucky jump, but sure enough, unless you grow out where it is, it'll usually come back where you are. Somebody once said, if you took all the money in the world, divided it up equally among everybody, it would soon all be back in the same pockets. Success is something you attract, not something you pursue. So instead of going after it, you work on yourself. Personal development. The major key to your better future is you. Many things used to puzzle me back in those early days. I used to wonder why two people could work for the same company, one make twice as much money. And maybe they were the same age, graduated from the same school, work for the same company, with the same products and the same services, and one makes $1,000 a month, the other one makes $2,000 a month. And I don't mean $1,000 a month, right? I could figure that out. I thought, well, maybe time makes some of the difference, right? Some people do better because they have more time. Now that's got to be dumb, right? A guy says to me one time, he says, you know, if I had some extra time, I could make some extra money. I said, then forget it. There isn't any extra time. You say to the guy, what are you doing? He said, I'm looking for extra time. See, they'll come and take you away, right? Now, if you can't get more time, what could you get more of that would make a difference in economic results? And here's the key word: value. First lesson of economics. We primarily get paid for value. Is it possible to become twice as valuable and make twice as much money in the same time? The answer is yes, if you go to work primarily on yourself. People have asked me for the last 24 years, how do you develop an above average income? And the answer is, become an above average person. Some people want to be successful, they don't even work on their handshake, as easy as that would be to start on. Develop an above average excitement. Develop an above average intensity to win. See, that'll change everything. Learn to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. The only way it gets better for you is when you get better.
But how many of you know, as you think about it, that if you had your life to live over again, you could have done more than what you've done thus far? Raise your hands, please. What we do and what we accomplish in life is only a tip of the iceberg of what's possible for us. What's some personal goal you like to achieve? My first personal goal was to buy my mother a home. She used to work for wealthy families. And I used to say, Mama, what is it, Leslie? When I become a man, I'm gonna buy you a big, beautiful home just like this. She used to cook for wealthy families on Miami Beach. And we ate the food left over from those families that she cooked for. And my dream at that time, Mama, when I become a man, I'm gonna be able to buy clothes for us that no one has ever worn before. That we don't have to wait till someone would eat and then hope that there's something left over. How many have somebody that you'd like to do something special for? Raise your hands, please. Now I want you to think about your financial freedom number. What is that? That once you do that, once you accomplish that, you become debt-free. I can tell you, it's a good feeling. It gives you more choices. I love to travel. You can donate to causes that you believe in. It alleviates a lot of stress in your life. People say money won't make you happy, but everybody want to find out for themselves. And let me tell you something, fellas, even if you're as homely as I am, you got some money, women will find something cute on you. He's got to walk like Denzel Washington. I used to be so broke I could walk past a bank and trip the alarm. Poverty sucks. So as you think about your financial freedom number, I want you to multiply it 100 times. I found, based upon my own experience, that most people fail in life not because they aim too high and miss, because they aim too low and hit.